Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is for all my rabbit people, and today, all you rabbits, we're going to do a reading using these Chinese oracle cards to kind of have a bit of understanding of the week that you've had, how you're feeling presently, and what's in store for you next week. I have done this now previously for the rat and the ox and the tiger. So if you are a rat, ox or tiger, then please do check those out. The videos are already up and you'll find playlists where you can find those videos. So if you are interested and you are those signs, then yeah, go and check those out. But as I say, this is for everybody. It's for anybody that's interested. It is just a bit of fun. It's just for sort of education, entertainment kind of purposes. There's no professionalism over here, let's just say that. So I'm going to be using these cards here, as I say, but I'm also going to be using this book here, which is the book on the Chinese Zodiac, or horoscopes by Theodora and Laura Lau. I highly recommend it. So this isn't a promotional video, it's just this is the book that I do use. So if you do want to know where I get a lot of my reference and stuff from, it is from this book here. But we are going to be looking at the cards today for the rabbit person. So if you are new to the channel, or you are a rabbit person just tuning in, I will just go over this again. I've done this for everybody, so I may as well do it for all. These are the cards, and we've got 24 cards here, 12 black, 12 white, 12 yin, 12 yang. There are 12 different zodiacs here in the negative and 12 in the positive. So we're going to have a negative rat, we're going to have a positive rat, we're going to have a negative dragon, we're going to have a positive dragon, so on and so forth. It will make sense. You will see. And if you are somebody who has tuned into the videos before, welcome back. You'll already know what we're doing. So I'm going to draw some cards for you guys, and we're going to see what the cards have to say. I do this with my eyes closed. I've changed my position a little bit so I can shuffle a little bit easier and do it a little bit easier. But as I say, I do it with my eyes closed because I don't want to be influenced by seeing the black or the white. I just want to do it completely organically, naturally, just feel what's right and what predictions or what we've got to say about the rabbit personality this week. So let's have a little go. So I'm going to, one more. I'm going to take this one from the top, and that will be the past card. I'm going to take this one from the middle, and I think I'm going to take not the bottom one, but the second to bottom one for the future to come. And we're going to call it that, and look down. Ooh. So we've got a black, we've got a white, and we've got another black. As I've said previously, this doesn't necessarily represent anything too bad. It's just the black cards, they kind of mean it could be better. The white cards, it could be worse. And by the looks of things, my lovely rabbit people, things have been not only hard, or difficult, but it does look like it's not going to get easier. But you seem to be in a good place. You've got your white card here, and that means that you are in a relatively good place regardless of what's going on around you. So yeah, whatever's happening right now, it seems that you are in control. You're just a little bit all over the place with what's going on. So let's find out, shall we? So the first one is the ox. That's a thinking card. It's a slow and steady card. Yeah, you've been really kind of slowed right down. As a rabbit person, used to going quite fast, being speedy, and moving quite quickly, it would appear that this week has been relatively slow for you, and that's made you feel very uncomfortable indeed. I feel this card is definitely going to show a bit of reservation from you in this past week. You've had to be reserved. You've gone a bit shy. It's been one of withdrawing and just basically looking out for yourself a little bit. The ox is, as I say, a thinking card, so you've probably had a lot to think about. But again, it is also a negative card. So these things that you're thinking about, they really do mean a lot to you. They're things that you can't just let go of. They're not just everyday things that you can just get over. These things are some things that are really, they're taking their toll a little bit this week, or they have done. Maybe they haven't lasted very long because you've got your positive card here, but still, you've had to endure it and you've gone through it. So this doesn't necessarily look good, but there is There is no kind of, what's the word? Huge conflict. There's no huge issue here. There's no big problem between the ox and the rabbit because they just run in different circles. They run into kind of different things and react and respond in different ways. So realistically, what I'm seeing here in this is that this ox, he is representing a very hardworking, authoritative, disciplined, having to be rigid kind of week for you. And as a rabbit, that has made you uncomfortable. You don't usually work like this. You don't usually have these problems. You don't usually have to deal with this stuff. This ox card, it is representing that you've had a lot to think about. You've had a lot of stuff to think about, and it has been hard. And the reason you're thinking about these things right now is because you've been slowed right down, and your progress has been questionable. And you've noticed this because rabbits do. Rabbits notice this stuff. I mean, as we move into how you presently feel, wow, look at this. It's the white ox. Fantastic. Brilliant. So you're still in it. You're still stuck. You're still thinking about it. You're still thinking about stuff. You're still in that slow place, that stagnation. Maybe not stagnation. You're not stagnating. You're stuck. You need to stop trying to go against the current and go with the flow a little bit more, rabbit people. I feel this week you've been trying to push against stuff, and that's why you found this force. You are dealing with the ox force, and that force is one to be reckoned with. You are never going to be able to beat this ox in patience or being steadfast or headstrong. This is one stubborn card, and maybe you're dealing with something that is very stubborn right now, and there is some stubbornness going on, or you're being too stubborn. Perhaps you're being too stubborn, and it's not giving. It's not giving. But I think it's time that you needed to maybe relax a little bit, go with the flow, because, as I say, this is not necessarily a bad compatibility. Compatibility is kind of lukewarm, but it does require a bit of effort right now. So you've been brought down into this slow place where you are right now because there is stuff for you to deal with. And it is because you're trying to go against the current, and you do need to go with the flow. That's why things haven't changed. You've literally gone from this card here, which is, past week, ox, presently, ox. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. However, that's not all doom and gloom because it is a white card. So you're feeling a little bit positive about it. Maybe you've come to terms with what's happened last week. Maybe you are now starting to move more with the flow. You're starting to now move more in the flow, and you're starting to feel a little bit more comfortable with it. You are starting to feel like things are looking up. Unfortunately for you, though, things aren't going to look up too high because we're going straight back to the negative. But the negative we have is the snake. So we've got a compatibility, an affinity triangle going on here, or the makings of an affinity triangle. Not a complete one, but the ox and the snake are affinity signs. You've got your ox and your snake both in negative here as affinity signs. So we have got an affinity triangle going on here, which is based around a negative energy. That's what this is telling me. Now, the snake here is a karmic sign. That is a karmic sign, and it's ironically the karmic sign on the yin side for the negative. So there is definitely something going on for you rabbit people right now. Stuff that you've really got to think about, because the snake is the thinker. The ox is the thinker. These are from the same triangle of the thinking personalities. You've got a lot to think about, or there's something you're not thinking about. That's what this is telling me. This is telling me, because it's black and it's negative, there is something you're avoiding, something you're trying to put off. That's why you're not moving. You're not moving, my little rabbit friend, because there is something that is on your mind and you are putting it off and not processing it properly. That's kind of what I get a feel from here. Now, don't be alarmed, however, because although snakes do eat rabbits in the wild and it is a negative card, it's not a bad one for rabbit people because you're not incompatible. Believe it or not, the snake and the rabbit are not incompatible. You just need to use wisdom to make it work, and that's what this is telling you right now. You need to find that wisdom, that rabbit wisdom inside you. There is wisdom and obviously a lot of thinking to do, and you are very much in need of that right now, to sit down, reflect, and try and to find that wisdom. And how far you get out of this kind of overthinking state that will depend on how much effort you're willing to put into it, how much effort that you're willing to put into rectify something here, to fix this, to change this. How much time and effort are you willing to invest? Because in a snake and rabbit relationship, you have to put in a lot of effort. You would have to put in a lot of effort, and you need to have some sort of mutual ground for it to work. Because of this because the snake and the rabbit would have to put in a lot of effort for a relationship to work. I mean, they're not incompatible, but you have to put effort in. There has to be a lot of effort to be put in there. This means that there is a lot of work to do. You've got a lot of thinking to do. There's a lot of stuff that you need to kind of deal with right now, and you can't hide from this. You'll want to coil up like a snake, hide under a rock and avoid it. And unfortunately, snakes and rabbits both have that in common. They will coil up and go under rocks, or they'll run and retreat into their warrens to feel safe. You kind of need to avoid that right now. You need to face this, and you know it. That's why you're thinking about it. That's why all of this is all thinking orientated. It's all thinking cards, thinking zodiac animals. You need to think about this, and you need to think about it properly, because although there is no real incompatibility between the snake and the rabbit, you do need to tolerate each other to get any job done, which means right now, just to achieve your aims and goals, you're going to have to tolerate whatever position you are in, because it isn't looking good. The forecast does look kind of, it could be better, but you're going to have to tolerate that, my lovely little rabbit person. That is something that this week you're going to have to put up with. Maybe retreating down into your warren and being kind of cautious and shy. Maybe that has worked previously and it is working for you now, but you're going to have to move eventually, and you're reluctant to do so. And that's what I see here, is you're reluctant to move, but you got to move. You're a rabbit. Rabbits, they're fast paced, and you're going to have to get on with it and get back out there. You can't stay in your warren forever. So think about it. Think about what's going on, and try and find that rabbit wisdom that you've got, because you are very wise and you are lucky. Rabbits are very lucky people. You have luck on your side. Don't forget that. So if this has resonated with you, then please do leave a comment below. Subscribe, because next Tuesday afternoon, we'll go over again and we'll do another week thing, and we'll see how you survived this week of the snake. We'll see what happened, and we'll give you a prediction for the week coming. As I say before, I don't do personal readings, not with these cards. These cards are literally just cards that I have for the purposes of these videos. But I do personal readings, and I don't charge, because I just do it for fun and I just do it for practice. But I do use a different deck for those, and that is my deck by Diana Cooper. Again, not a promotion, it's just what I'm using. So the tools of what I've got here is the Diana Cooper deck, Dragon Oracle cards, but I also have the book here, which is the same author, Diana Cooper, but it's the book that complements the cards for a more in-depth, intense, more personal reading. So if that is something that you're interested in, I can always do with the practice, and I do love to dabble. So let me know, and I'll see all you rabbit people next Tuesday afternoon, but I will see all you dragon people tomorrow morning when we do the Dragon Chinese Oracle cards for their prediction for the week. So I will see you then, guys. Have a good one.